Important definitions. 1. Fornication is the word which covers all unlawful sexual acts. In the scriptures, incest, adultery and idolatrous sex orgies are all called fornication. Matt. 5:32. I Cor. 5. 1 and 10. 5-8. X. 32. 1-25. 2. Adultery is voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and someone who is not their legitimate mate. Effeminate refers to a homosexual man, a catamite. I Cor. 6. 9. 3. Abuses of themselves with mankind. I Cor. 6. 9 is the Greek word arsenokoites or sodomite, one guilty of unnatural offenses, one who practices sodomy. I Kings 11 tells us that Solomon worshipped at the Ashtoreth. 4. Sensual relates to or consists in the gratification of the senses or the indulgence of appetite, to be devoted to or preoccupied with the senses or appetites, voluptuous, deficient in moral, spiritual or intellectual interests. Synonym: carnal. See Jude 18-19. 5. Evil concupiscence is to desire ardently. Strong desire, especially in the sexual area. Col. 3. 5.
Deliver us from evil. This petition speaks to the reality of spiritual warfare. We live in a world that is influenced by evil forces, and we are vulnerable to their attacks. As we pray this petition, we acknowledge our need for God's protection and deliverance. God's protection. We trust that God is our shield and defender. He is able to protect us from physical harm, emotional distress, and spiritual attacks. Spiritual warfare. This petition reminds us to be vigilant in our spiritual lives. We must put on the full armor of God to resist the devil's schemes. God's victory. We pray with confidence, knowing that God is ultimately victorious over evil. His power is greater than any force that opposes us. Conclusion. The petitions, "Give us this day our daily bread," and "Deliver us from evil," are not merely words to be recited. They are expressions of our deepest needs and our ultimate trust in God. As we pray these words, let us do so with faith, hope, and expectant anticipation. May God grant us the grace to live each day in dependence on Him, trusting in His provision and protection.